everyone.
Nope. Okay. Yes, round 2. I can go to my dashboard. Where that thing's at. Oh no 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 no. All right. So. Ranting. How much do I have to donate to get you shirtless? 0. And rant about Pokemon. The heck? You can monetize the chat? How does that even make sense? It's crazy. Okay. Give it a few minutes. Okay. Got 13 people in here. Pretty good. I'm gonna give it like 10 more minutes and then start doing the game 2 of Azul versus Pram. What should I test for my cup? It's standard. I like Vikavulu Powtown. Just play the Kikabulu. Hopefully you know what that is. I don't know how ingrained into the Hayfonte community you are. If not, I can like link you the list in a little bit. But don't play Powtown. There's no it's not needed. So I want to play music, but like I don't know how loud it's gonna be, and it could be super bad, or it could be like just enough. What about Tristan Bulu? I didn't hate Tristan's build. I just like the concept of Kika's list. It just looks super consistent. And that's pretty much how you win games in cups. You just play a consistent list and then kick everyone else in the teeth. I personally would never play Bulu. It ain't happening. I'll play Vigavolt GX before I do that. I respect myself too much. Never. You think Kiko Bulu is better or just more consistent? Starts with 4 Grubbin, 4 Bulu, makes sense? Yeah. 4 Grubbin, 4 Bulu, Skyla, Lily, yada yada yada. I just don't like Bulu. I'll never draw well with it. Yeah, Vigavolt. Vigavolt GX is lit. But sadly everyone plays Fighty now, so you really shouldn't play that deck. Never. Very good match. I go attack, attack, attack. K-Tron wants me to stream his Memphis game where he won, which apparently was just like him going turn 2 rare candy and then popping his opponent in the mouth, which is so skillful and so how do you say, thought-provoking. That's why I can barely like I don't even want to go over any Bulu reviews. It's like, alright, he hit Vigavolt, his opponent lost. Alright, he didn't hit Vigavolt and he lost. Alright, 2 more minutes and then we'll get started on the VOD review. Who's the guy commentating with Kyle? I believe it's Kyle's emails. Really? Kyle with Kyle. Zol's deck, analyzed. It versus Tarbell. Oh, that makes sense then. Did Tarbell throw his hand at him? Hey Gavin, thanks for subbing. Appreciate it, man. My favorite kind of Ultimate Guard sleeves are the black Pro Mat. I think they're the ones that come in like the little box package. After I won this, just walked away, didn't say a word. Just oh, okay. Good for you, dog. Take the loss like a champ. He looked ready to, though. Tarbell kind of shot himself in the foot game too. Oh, okay. Alright, 30 more seconds and then we'll start. Of course, Pram won game 1 with that epic comeback after he ended Azul down. Azul couldn't find a Guzma, and he kind of bopped him. This is a great shot of Corey, by the way, just looking at the camera. Alright. Let's do this. Get started. And cool. We are about to start the VOD review for Game 2 of Zol versus Prem. Look at Prem stretching. He's like, dude, whip that boy's ass this game. Dangerous rogue, too easy. Even with forward hands, I feel like Azul doesn't draw it all the time, which is pretty crazy. But I don't know. I've played against decks where like they only have 3 in hands, and I feel like I never had a turn where I kept my energy on board. I remember watching Game 3, and I really didn't like Pram's opening turn progression. And I wonder how Game 2 is going to go. What goes sour for him, or what really goes wrong. These boys like to shuffle a lot, though. Holy crap. Oh, the white noise in the headset suck. My gosh. Horrible, dude. Like, sit there and it's like, barely thinking. Ugh, it's disgusting. So, prizes 2 grass, Trubbish, Floatstone. The 2 grass is actually very important. Then he prizes that. And then Prem doesn't really prize anything too important. You'd have to prize like multiple of a single card to try and have an impact. So turn 1 benches Lele for Bridget, bunch of pieces. Typical play. Want to get your setup. Again, he picks the Coco. It's super important to have the Coco down because you need that form of free retreat. Without yeah, well, I know it didn't affect me because you don't have to think with Bulu. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, the Coco's super important. And Azul recognizes this. You need it down to bring Lele into Choice Band plus Grass Energy Guzma Oko with Galissapod, or just retreat one shot, or yeah, KO. It's not really one shot when it got poked down, but most of all, like it provides you something to put active after they Guzma KO one of your bench Pokemon. So the free retreat is very, very important here, which is why it's a great opener and amazing to have for Azul right in this scenario. Prem's hand super sucked, so he has to end. Anytime the judges said anything like that, Prem might need something. He's like, oh, Prem, he's Prem, he's a hitter. What? I feel like by the time he started doing that, it was he already had like 3 on board. What's up, Boston? How you are, Howie? How you doing, man? So Prem couldn't bridge it, which oh, that's so bad in this matchup. Like, the reason why it's super bad is because you get a less setup than your opponent does, but more than likely you're gonna only be able to get down like 1 Zorua or 1 Rockruff at a time, and it makes Azul's Guzmas turn into like immediate Pokemon removal, as well as like they get to pick what resources you can work with the following turn. So if you only get down 1 Zorua or 1 Rockruff, it's different than having like 2 Zorua and 1 Rockruff down, because they're like, all right, I can regulate your Rockruff, and then you're gonna be able to Zoroark me, but you might be able to establish 2, and then he can't one-shot the second one if you're able to get the second one out. Or if he goes for 1 Zorua, and then you get one Lycanroc into play, plus 1 Zoroark, then you still have like 2 abilities to work with, even though you don't want to bench Lycanroc that early in this matchup. It just sucks, obviously. 1 Bridger versus another one. You can watch college football. That game was really, really good. Georgia versus I forget what they're called. I don't remember their base. Dang, his hand sucks. Yeah, Pram's debating if he even wants to go for what's it called here? Yeah, an Ultra Ball to bench Pokemon. So this is very, very smart by Pram. I probably would have done the same thing in this situation. You just pass on the Ultra Ball, don't care about getting a basic into play, and basically say, I'll let this Lele take a 130 shot or a 120 shot off of your Galissapod if you're able to get it, and then the following turn go for a Lele into a Bridget, and then retreat into the other Lele, or retreat into another Pokemon that you want to sacrifice to get hit. Or he can just straight up hit him for 70 off of this Lele, and then force him to take 2 prizes with it early. So I see like a lot of people wouldn't. I notice a lot of people wouldn't do that. They probably would have gone for an Ultra Ball for a Zorua here, and that's just not the right thing to do. You get bought by a Guzma and you take away all of the resources. So being patient and going for a second Bridget is sometimes the most optimal play in this horrible situation that he's in. I don't watch college football, so yeah. I like good defense, not sloppy chase them down stuff. I'm like a defensive, really. I appreciate more defense than I do offense. So Zul gets one in play, enhances. Is he gonna Sycamore this way? Enhances? Yeah. Very safe play. He's like, I'll just enhance you anyway. I'm pretty sure if he didn't have that go for Sycamore there, he wouldn't have enhanced. He's like, feel free to keep your DC on your Lele. I don't care. But second Golly or Garbodor. Oh, okay, that's better. Jeez. Did Prem just get bopped this game? Zul's chilling. Treat. 120. Let's see. Ultra Ball, strong, and Lycan Rock away. Go grab my Zorua. Now that he cut off the Lele play into Bridget because he has the Floatstone down on Garbooter. And he's going to Sycamore away on Zoroark. So very unfortunate Prem had to do that, but whatever. Just the strength of turn 2 Garbodor. Yeah, he finally draws into the Bridget. The rest of the hand sucks. Honestly, yeah, attach and swing. Force him to have the band this turn in order to take the KO. Ultra Ball, second Golly. And a Guzma or Acerola is what Azul really wants right now. I'm pretty sure he already had his hand going to from last turn. Oh, he's gonna float retreat, knock it out. That's not bad. I'll take that. He gets one of the grass energy that he prized. And Prem just left in a super crappy situation. Bridget. That bridge is just way too late for it to be, I don't know, for him to make a huge comeback with it. So, Rockruff. What is he going back in for? Is it an Ultra Ball? Yeah. This is the power of Garbotoxin. Dumps that. Lycan Rock and Guz. And I'm thinking another Zorua? Or is it a Rockruff he wants? Yeah, he wants another Rockruff. Okay. Gelato. Real. DC? Or he's got a strong. Okay, we'll take that. And pass. Third golly. Good lord. E-hammer. Attach. Sycamore. The Grass Energy and Lele is really good. That allows him to free retreat it if Pram draws into like the Field Blower, and then is able to KO Coco, but it's not gonna be relevant in all this game, I don't think. It's just preparation. So he just floats over retreats and then 120s. The Zoroark. Acerola drops down for Pram, but unless he hit Field Blower, it's not going to do anything for him. He's just going to sit here and keep forcing Azul to draw into retreat cards or forcing him to find a DCE, which he does. Azul right here might be thinking it's time to start picking off these Rockruff. If not, he can just go for a DC Armor Press. Okay, so he wants... Okay, so he wants one of the Zoroas. And brings up the Floatstone Golisopod, so he can go 121 KO. Even if he ends me, I still have Garbotoxin down, and I can retreat into the other Golisopod for another KO. And that one's Floatstoned, then he can retreat and do it to another one for a KO. So he's not really... He doesn't fear the Rockruff because there's no other energy in play, so there's no multi-switch option on the board. Which is why he's okay with going after the Zora right now. Ultra Ball probably finds another dead card, just to thin his deck. I'm not necessarily agreeing with the discarding Sycamore right there, but we'll see. I mean, he obviously knows how to pilot this list. He got second with it. Yeah, so he knocks out. Discarding Sycamore is super odd. Strong. Pass. Garbotoxin. Busted. Give me that one. Retreat into the one with Floatstone. Yeah. Retreat back. Hit you. Bring up. I think Pram just drew into an N. Honestly, sometimes in these scenarios, I'd rather just not see the N. That way I know I lost and I have to sit here and keep playing this out. But Field Blower plus another Zoroark, then like some good trades into a Rescue Stretcher or puzzles to get back other Zorua would be really good for Pram here. Field Blower of all else needs to come down. And Azul's just in a super strong position with double Floatstone on, or Floatstone on both Gollies. Field Blower. That one and that one. Looks like his hand's Bridget, Ultra Ball, and a Floatstone, and another, I think it's a Guzma. So he's going to trade away the Bridget. See if you pull anything useful. Hopefully Zoroark GX. If not, then you Ultra Ball away and go get another Zoroark GX. Yeah, Floatstone and N. He's kind of hoping that this N here just sticks. No, he doesn't do it. Okay. Second trade. Dumping off this Guzma. He still has 4 puzzles left, so he's pretty much chilling. Whiffs the DCE. And this is probably going to just be a pass. Yep. Zulzal's another tool. Sycamore's away. Holy crap. DCE, GX attack. Drops down 150 onto the Zoroark. And now he's back under Garbotoxin. And Prim hits his final Field Blower. He needs to draw into puzzles here to really have a chance, but it's still looking slim. You need like a turn where you have to go Acerola. Azul has to not draw Guzma, and then he has to also fish out a DCE and puzzle back other Field Blower. So it's a lot of work. And once again, Azul's not afraid to throw down non-floatstone tools onto his Garbodor. It's how he's gonna win games, and it's how he got so far in the tournament with it. So, it does punish him. Definitely gonna punish him, but the risk versus reward is well in favor of doing it and taking that option instead of just hoping they never Guzma and then get trapped. Yeah, Pram's been pitching away supporters all game from Ultra Ball and trade and stuff, so I wouldn't expect him to be able to fish out much with Lele. So it looks like he's just gonna get a Mallow. Puzzle, the Ace Roll, like I mentioned earlier, you need to keep the win condition off the board for Azul, and then you need another N, which you had to discard earlier for Ultra Ball. Did he not just Mallow? Yeah. Mallow. Oh, he traded it away. Okay. See, Prem, why you're so good, man. That's why I should stop paying attention to the comments. So Acerola brings up Rockruff because he's sacrificial lamb, put him down to 1 prize. He anticipates making a Lycanroc the following turn, so he can sacrifice his Rockruff, bring up the other Zoroark, turn the Zoro into another Zoroark, and then turn Rockruff into Lycanroc and make a play with it. So Azul throws another non-floatstone tool down, the good old band, onto Garbotoxin. And the only reason he's sitting here thinking is he's debating if he should just chill with the Coco active, or maybe even swing with the Lele so he can retreat with it. If he has a supporter in his hand and he goes retreat, Lele, draw into a DCE, then knocks out the Rockruff with the DCE, his win condition is just straight up retreat and swing with Lycanroc off of a Guzma. And Pram also has no option to one-shot Lele in his current predicament because he'll only at 4 Pokemon in play. He'll need to go up to 5, then he'll also have to fish out a Kukui. So, yeah, Azul just kind of going through all those options right now. You don't want to be too risky, especially at this point in the game. You already won game 1, or you lost game 1 and to a horrible comeback. So he's gonna go and retreat and then take a knockout. The Lele is still another free retreat option, but Coco's been providing that for him all game. So let's see what Pram drew. Yeah, this N needs to fish him the last 2 puzzles, and he needs to get back a Field Blower. Yeah, I'll pop you for a 110. Still 2-hit KO, so it's not an awful scenario. Enhanced hammer. Lordy. And the float. Azul. Blue. Prime's like, what the heck? Where are my puzzles? Kokoi. He didn't trade. I'm just Kokoing. Good on the judge, though, for trying to be on top of things. I wonder where Prem's gonna put this energy. I'm honestly, yeah. I throw in the other Zoroark on the bench. You need to move the active one off with the Guzma. Hard pass. Yeah. All right, we're done here. Guzma off the top. Prem really struggled to get things going. Power of turn 1 Bridget versus turn 1 N. So it wasn't too bad. Okay. That was the end of game 2. Moving on to game 3 soon. They're having their witty banter when they talk about back and forth of how Pram probably drew like crap that game. Azul better be smiling, man. He ripped like DCE, Floatstone, Enhanced Hammer, Guzma. Too easy. Alright, you guys see this, man? This is proper shuffling. Look that way. Not down at your deck. Not the front of the deck where you can see what's going on. And he probably had to start doing this because Versilify went in his butt cheeks about Worlds when he thought he was stacking and put D-Valley to the top of his deck and crap, alright? You take your deck, shuffle it this way, looking that way. I'm not stacking, we out here. And that's pretty much how I do things too. See this? You see this? Nah, son. Never me. I'm like, excuse me, sir. Could you not look at your cards? See, that's fine. You see, he's riffless shuffling now. That's fine. When people look down at their cards like that, I got problems. And he's doing more shuffling where he can't see the cards. But people do that thing where they're like, they see like their cards like this, and they're just shuffling. You like obviously see it in the view, and you're like, oh, I just happen to get this Bridget to the top, or like to the middle, exactly where you want it. So I'll change up where I cut. Ooh, lordy, double Trubbish, Garbodor, Acerola, Guzma. See, where the Guzma was prized is very important because it was in the very top 2, and if you take the prize away, people typically take them. It's like you get the bottom 2, then the next 2, the next 2. So if the Guzma was like a lower end, it'd be easier. But we all know how Garb games go, where you're like you get end, and at the end of the game you're trying to fish for a Guzma. It's not good when it's the final 2 prizes. Okay, so Pram gets a decent start now. Well, hopefully he has a backup supporter or Zoroarks to support his turn 1 Bridget play off of this Lele. And Azul starts a double Golly, or double Wind Pod, which isn't too bad. Just a quick search through. I gotta tell you, I'm way too lazy to do that. Maybe in game 3 when I know I'm in top 8, I'll start doing that. But most of the time through Swiss, when we go into game 3, I'll just look through and I'll be like, all right, I have like a Zoroark and a Lycanroc. I haven't completely lost. You know, maybe I might count DCE if I feel like I don't have one in my hand. Ooh, Energy Lotto. Boss. So, puts down to 7. Gets a DCE off of it. 3,000% I would not attach here. Never. Right? The only thing I'm attaching is a basic fighting energy at this point because Azul plays 4 Enhanced Hammer. If I'm putting down a DCE, I'm getting value from it. I'm talking straight value. And his hand already has a Guzma and a Zoroark, I think. And he goes for a puzzle, so his hand might be dead. He might be trying to draw into it. I think he just threw a Zoroark to the very top. Not positive. All right, he threw something else to the top. And I noticed a lot of players are afraid to make that play with their puzzle because they want to be very conservative, as well as greedy with their puzzles. But you can always just play your next 2 puzzles to grab back 1 puzzle at a time, plus X card that you need, and then you can puzzle for 3 cards in a game instead of 2. Which apparently people don't know, or they're new to the game this year and have never played Night March, and that's all you did all the time with Night March. So, Pram doing this with a Kukui in his hand is not too bad. But the fact that he already had Zoroark to begin with, plus Kukui, makes me not agree with that puzzle at the time. The reason being is, more than likely he's going to draw for his turn, he's going to play down Zoroark anyway, and then he's going to trade for it to draw 2, and he's going to see all 3 cards by drawing them already, and the puzzle just kind of got negated. If anything, you could have traded away puzzle to do these 3, but I guess he has some planning steps ahead of him. I might think it through a little bit more in a second, but yeah, I didn't think you need a puzzle there. Unless you hit him with a fake out, that'd be really dope on Pram's side. Where, like, you know, you puzzle and you make you think, oh, my hand sucks, right? And your opponent's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna Sycamore, and they dump like 3 ends because they don't want to end you, and you just pop them in the mouth next turn with like a double Zoroark, Kukui, or Sycamore play. So, really don't like this DC attachment. Zoron's 4 Enhanced Hammer. I know you only have 1 Floatstone, but you already have your Guzma in hand. This is guaranteeing you a KO onto a Wimpod. You know that's gonna happen, and I just don't agree with it. Grass Energy, yeah. Banned, okay. And Sycamore, no enhanced yet. We're chilling. Nothing too hurtful. Oh, and he drew the enhanced. Okay. And he's dead drawing? What? Ugh. Right now, Zoroark, DCE, Guzma, boy. Like, you're done. Well, he might not have the Guzma yet. It could just be Kukui. Yeah, it's Kukui, never mind. So he didn't have the Guzma. But he just drew the Guzma now off the double trade, which he knew was coming. Oh my god, if he saved the DCE. So yeah, so right here, if you save DCE, retreat, pop the energy Wimpod. Now you have a Wimpod active with a band. You can't even Floatstone it, and you're still dead drawing. You super lost this game. Pram, why? Also, why don't you draw into energy? No wonder you play Energy Lotto. You unlucky duck. Is it worth it? How many times have you seen the interaction with Nifty? I've done it like 10 times to other top players. I hit them boys with the Obi dope. However, I just didn't agree with that. He should have just saved the DC. He'd run his all over right now. Like, boy, get out of my game. He couldn't even Floatstone retreat the Wimpod. He just knock out the other Wimpod now. So the current board state would be Wimpod active, choice band, nothing, Trubbish. Still can't find DCE. So he's getting unlucky not finding the DCE, but is it because he attached it early and then got enhanced hammered away? Like, is it really unlucky at that point when you made that play? Like, you have to figure you're gonna draw into a Guzma. You have 2 in your deck. Ugh. Or you still have Lele's and Ultra Ball. Ah, I just don't like it. But Pram's good, so I mean, is what it is. Oh, now Azul's gonna establish with the Garbodor. Guzma comes up, takes out the Strong Energy, Rockruff. My lordy. The Snowball. Enhance sucks. I know what he's doing. Alright, okay, there you go. Like, yeah. Field Blower. Ugh. Okay, so Pram's thinking this Enhanced Hammer is useless. I'm gonna trade away. Still can't find a DCE to save his life. He's getting unlucky. Trades away the N. Lordy, man. The other thing I didn't agree with was trading away the N. I kind of wanted to trade away the Sycamore, because in my world, there's no way I'm Sycamoring away this puzzle. Especially when I burned the first puzzle, and I want to get back 3 cards this turn. And you have a Guzma, a Band, another Zoroark, a Floatstone. Floatstone's very critical for you to try and make a play with later on, especially with a multi-switch play. When he doesn't enhance hammer one of the energy in play, was he already burned one on first turn. So I honestly would have traded away the Sycamore there and gone for an N. Because you're obviously trying to get to a DCE at this point, and Azul already just took a prize. You don't know what that prize might have been, but it's more than likely a supporter that could have helped him out. You also went for a Field Blower this turn, so if you end yourself into a Lichen Rock plus a Pokemon in DCE, then you can Bloodthirsty Eyes up the Garbodor, knock it out, and then him having Trubbish in play with the Golisopod. The Golisopod can trade 2 prizes off the Lichen Rock that you just made, and then he'll have to have another Enhance Hammer, but you're in a more favorable position because you took away the Garbodor option, which is clearly the thing that's hurting you the most of all because you can't trade. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that. We'll see. Prem obviously wins this. There's just so many ways to play it out. But he already attached a strong, so whatever. Azul gets the Ultra Ball. Gets other Golly. None of this would have been happening if he didn't touch the DC on the first turn. Yeah. So if you didn't know, Chris Siakala, Dead Rock Gaming's Chris Siakala, he played a similar list to Pram's and won his cup with it, and then I won a cup with something close to Pram's list, but I added another Guzma because I like to be greedy with my Guzma. I dropped out one of the Lichen Rocks and put it in a Guzma and dropped a Rock Ruff and turned it into a Special Charge. The Special Charge did nothing for me all day, but the third Guzma was phenomenal. So Chris Siakala threw in another Floatstone to the deck, and I think it's for situations where you need to make a turn 2 Zoroark play onto their active, which I can agree with a lot, especially when you want to get rid of a Rock Ruff. So Azul gets a Trubbish down, Lele's for a Sycamore, which you need to do before you turn on your Garbotoxin. So it's just Azul sequencing his hands correctly. And let's see if he gets to Enhance Hammer. A multi-switch play. A Field Blower attach multi-switch would be fantastic here. But yeah, we're probably not going to see that on his side. So he armor presses, hits for 100. Yeah, so what I think a lot of people would have done here is go for a Band on the Golisopod and just give your opponent a turn full of trades. Because you wanted to go for the 2-hit KO option against the Zoroark, but Azul knows that he has Sycamore in hand. If his opponent ends him, he's going to drop 5 of it, so the fresh 5 could give him a Band. He could also be sitting on a Band already in his hand, and just ruin to 2, so you opt for the Garbotoxin more. So if you're playing a Garb deck or a Golly Garb, then honestly, you keep rewatching this game and adapt Azul's style into like your own, and how aggressive he is with Garbodor in this fashion. I know it bites him later on, but that's just the way the game works sometimes. You'll get more from this. Yo, what's up, Raider Lion? Thoughts on Sylveon? I don't like Sylveon. It's strong, like a strong deck out deck, but I just personally don't like it as a deck. I don't like playing mill decks. I'm a very aggressive with Carbink, so that's pretty much how I'll play the only stall deck. He gets a Guzma, but he really has no option to retreat here or to even KO it. Okay, so he's just gonna pass, and he's gonna look at Azul and he's gonna be like, "You better have Guzmas for days, boy." And this is Pram just going, "Oh, you done messed up, my child." Because he can just puzzle back 2 Guzmas. or 2 Guzma, and I was like, all right, you need full value off this off any Guzma that you play onto my guys. I like how the judges are watching super intently. Is he falling asleep? No, alright, he's chilling. I'm gonna floatstone that. I'm pretty sure Azul doesn't play Field Blower in his list. I'll double check. Azul Memphis. Nope, no Field Blower. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So Pram goes for the Field Blower, and decides to abandon the Guzma stall out because he wants to play aggro here. And I'm kind of okay with it. He's just getting very unlucky by not drawing to a DCE. Like, this is pretty much crap. Boy. So he finally hits his puzzles. What do you get here, though? Okay. Bring up that guy. Floatstone. Oh, he's going to go for the dangerous rogue play. Okay. And hope that Azul didn't draw into the Floatstone. For Floatstone retreat, Glyphsapod knockout. And the grass energy. He would need a lot. I can see why Pram's going for this. Puzzle. Field Blower and puzzle? Unless Pram wants to abandon the last one. DCE. Oof. Risky. Yeah. Puzzle. Alright. I like it, Pram. I agree. I agree. Ultra Ball. If he dumps his Guzma, he's risking a lot. Alright, and he does it. What does he want? He wants Lele? Okay. Lele. Ability for N. And I'll play it. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if I agree with that N. The previous turn, Azul just kind of passed with the Garbodor active after Sycamoring. I mean, Pram might be thinking, oh, he drew into a Floatstone, I just Field Blowered away, so he needs to redraw into the Floatstone. And he can depend on that luck to do so. I'll have to think that through for a little bit. And not much else to do with that. Yeah, you just retreat. Dangerous Rogue. Die. This is once again why the Coco is so important for Azul. Like, having free retreat here instead of having to draw into a Floatstone or a Guzma in order to make a Glyphsapod play is key for this deck to just operate smoothly. The Ultra Balls dumps the Coco. He's like, whatever. I already ran into a scenario where I'm running out of Guzma. Or his hand's just dead. Alright, it is. Lele for Sycamore. Probably attach Grass Energy to the Glyphsapod. And then go for a Sycamore here. Super aggro, though. Like, if he's going for the Grass Energy onto the Glyphsapod, and he draws into a float stone, do you even float stone the Lele to try and get aggressive and take a knockout on the Lycan Rock, or you just kind of chill and wait to draw into another energy next turn? So we'll see how Azul takes it once he or takes the hand. Once he goes from here, yeah, take off away one of the strongs, DCs. Wow, that's a crazy aggressive play. What was he? I'm trying to get inside Azul's head of why he would make that. But I just message him and be like, yo, go to this at 102. What were you thinking? Not that I disagree, or not that I disagree, I just can't see it. Like, I might have just attached the energies of the Gali past. If he Guzma's up Gali, then that's fine. But I guess he's really obsessed with getting Garbotoxin down. Or you just attach grass energy to Gali, let the Lele get hit. He needs to get Ban, Kukui, and DCE to take a KO with the Zoroark. And then that Zoroark is one with 100 damage on it, so you can get a free 2 prizes off of it. And then his final turn, he would have to do it again to kill off one of your Lele, and he can't do that. He'd have to Field Blower off his own flip. Whatever. No, I think it's too aggressive. I would have chilled. I would have touched grass energy to Golisopod. A strong energy choice bands a knockout, so I guess he goes hard. Yeah. When I promote guard to begin with grass attached and dig for float. Promote guard to begin with dig for float. You're digging on the float, and if you whiff, you lose your Garbotoxin. That's horrendous. You can't have that happen. Which is why I was fine with the Lele coming active. Which again goes back to why the Tapu Koko is so important. I keep talking about it. But if you promoted the Garbotoxin, missed the float, then Zoroark with the float stone gets a free Garbotoxin off of a DCE with it, then the game's all but lost, because you're gonna have to draw into another Garbotoxin plus Tool the following turn in order to establish that. I was thinking promote Lele, attach grass energy to Golisopod, pass. He draws first turn, Pram does whatever. Attach DCE to Lele. If Pram goes Guzma the Garbotoxin and knocks out the Garbotoxin with the other Zoroark, then you can play into DCE Sycamore, and then you can either Armor Press or go for the Crossing Cut GX the following turn onto your Golisopod. But I guess that's playing too reactionary, and Azul wants to go aggressive here. I don't know. This is a very strong turn. They're really intricate. Because he can always sacrifice this Garbotoxin, draw into a Stretcher, and then the Stretcher turns into the Stretcher will bring up the Garbotoxin back. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like swinging with Lele here. Just thinking he didn't double enhance him and discard into grass energy. Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay. Heavy Ball, other toxin. Yeah, there's no other toxin. What other toxin? Russ? He's gonna bench. He's like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm sprinting. I'm put up here. I'm about to lose because of deck out. Or do you think this Deformation move because of the 2 Zoros on board? It may be. He really fears these trades. But probably with good reason. You know? He drew into the tool, but he already knows Pram took back the other puzzle. And so he has Field Blowers and Guzma for days. 60. Ugh. A little too aggressive on Azul's part, at least in my opinion. But he's one of the greats, so can only disagree so much. Retreat, bring him 0. I mean, he kind of knew the rest of his hand was dead off of Garbotoxin, the way Pram was just trading and dumping everything. Finally gets to a Field Blower, puzzles, and doesn't do much with it, and then ends it away. He also could be baiting the like him poking Lele and then just go into an Acerola and go from there. Oh no. Clearly he's taking an aggressive route. So Pram Acerolas takes the 2 prize off the board, off of a Glyphosopod attachment. Goes into a Zoro. Zoro's chilling here right now. Zoro's the best attacker in the deck. 120s. Golly. Retreat. And just a simple 120 after, and also Enhance Hammer. But that Float Stone on the Zoroark. Woo-wee! It's good stuff. Field Blower. Trade. Or Acerola? Is that Acerola? Alright, Lycanroc. Bloodthirsty Eyes. Bring that boy back up here. Trade. Other Zoroark. Busted. What a beast. Pram's like, yeah, I drew the other Zoroark. It's whatever. It's no problem. Trade. Third trade. Too many trades. Retreat. Bop. What day do you guys usually go up to Kings? Wednesdays and Sundays, man. Yeah, he only has one piece of the puzzle. Yeah. Die. Sycamore. Dang, he really kind of wanted the Mallow double puzzle. Get back Field Blower, Acerola, or Guzma. And Azul well knows that as soon as the Pram's like, let me check your discard pile, he's counting Guzma, Acerola, Floatstone, retreat options for that Garbotoxin. He's just like, alright, there's a win condition on board. As soon as Azul tries to pop me with the Guzma. Me and Pran have like plenty of locals where we sit there and like look at each other's discard piles like, I'm about to deck you out, dog. It's an odd shuffle, Azul. He's just a little like T-Rex claws kind of shuffling. Okay. Yeah, he really loves this Garbotoxin lock in place. Kokui. Nothing. Attach energy to Lycanroc here? I mean, you'd have to draw into a DC anyway to get your Claw Slash off. You need like a turn of fighting energy plus strong energy plus another strong energy. Yeah, you put on the Lele. That makes sense. Get more value off the DC if you swing for it for 60. So he's counting for the deck out. He's obviously trying to turn into the Guzma. Field Blower works. He's thinking about retreating here, but he might just go for the 120. Forces Azul to have DCE. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe an extra damage, who knows. Or he could Kowe'd. Oh, he could Kowe'd, yeah. Plus 20. Big a difference? 140? Oh. Azul didn't want to do that. He didn't want to end again. You already know your opponent has a dead hand. And then he has to play N, and then... Oh, instead of you having one card next turn, then you get a free look at another 3 cards, because they're draw for the turn. Well played on both sides. I think that one turn where we were talking about the grass energy and the DC and everything was a little too aggressive. To keep the Garbotoxin lock in place, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. Hit the DCE. Not bad. Do I even do this? And I think he's checking DCE as retreat options for his Garbotoxin, because this guy might need this DCE to retreat Garbotoxin if he Guzmas it. And he knows he's committing here. So logically, you attach it, you go for the cross-cutting GX, and then you're able to get into an Ace, and then you already have an Ace roll in hand. So you crossing cut. Hopefully you can Ace roll it next turn, pick up the Grass Energy plus the DCE. The Grass Energy goes onto the other Gliscopod. The DCE provides a 3 retreat for your Garbotoxin should you get Guzma'd. So it was fantastic that he drew the Ace roll plus DCE there. Really unfortunate that the final Guzma is prized to play the way it is. And Pram needs to hit a Guzma or a Field Blower here, or double puzzle. I wonder if the energy attachment on the Lily comes into point. Regional wins don't give you buys on anything anymore, do they? No, they don't, Jake. They don't do nothing but give you $5,000. I'm pretty sure that's worth it. So he brings up the Damage Zoroark. He drew Sycamore? Lordy. Bram, Blease. Double puzzle? No? Yeah. Nah, bruh. Let's roll all that crap away. Oh, and he drew a DCE for the Lele. That's... Schwell. Rockruff. Yep. No? Rockruff. Should bench it. It gives you Bloodthirsty Eyes option off the stretcher you drew. And that's another way to deck him out. So you get puzzle for Field Blower. Yeah, definitely benches it. Did you quit TCG? I never see you win tournaments anymore. Oh, I never won tournaments. What are you talking about? I won cups. That's about it. Retreat, energy drive. Prem's thinking here, like, if he wants to he can't one-shot the Lele, so I'm chilling. Azul's hype because he has the Acerola into the Gliscopod for 120, and he opts not to bench the last Wimpod because it can get him decked out if it gets Guzma'd, which is great on his part. This is a good game. So Pram's going through, checking resources. He's like kind of like deducing, or whatever, deducing that the final Guzma was probably prized. And at least one Ace roll or something. So he's gonna play to that. Hit the other puzzle, which is phenomenal. Guzma. He's like, bring up that guy. I'm going to feed you this empty Lele. And then now he's DC retreat, hit for 120. Gets another Grass Energy. It does not help the situation. And Azul Super gets punished for, again, the ban. But I guess Pram did draw into that Sycamore. That N where he hit Sycamore off of that was insane. So, yeah. That was a great game by both. Oh my gosh, 7 wins. What a beast. Yeah, it was prized. Just word right there. That was sick. I think Pram could have just absolutely stomped game 3 if he didn't attach that DCE on turn 1. So that's something to look back to. Azul had that one turn where he got super aggressive, but Pram didn't get lucky that turn where he got DCE plus Sycamore. So a bunch of unlucky and lucky back and forth. But we'll play by Pram. That was an interesting VOD. I liked it. Let's see. What else is there left? Stop that. Guess I can do one last one. You guys aren't really talking much in chat. Pram, Julie, Pram. Yeah. Pram actually gets savagely unlucky whenever I watch him at locals. So him saying he drew like Pram is actually very odd. I feel like he gets unlucky and lucky a lot. So somewhere in the middle. What up, Master Chipmunk? How you been, man? What was one of the other ones? I'll go check the list of games people said they were interested in watching. Bulu, no, shut up. We're not showing Bulu. Okay. Relatively new. I can't find where I put the freaking thing, man. Okay. I guess I'll go through a couple of these. Yeah, it's been a minute. I've been staying like at the local cups around here. Pablo versus Pram? Yeah, that was a good one. Okay. You just get right into it, lordy. What's the play for Dallas? I have no idea. As of right now, I really recommend just playing Zoroark, Seismitoad, Muck. You beat Night March, and people can't play Night March correctly anyways unless they're a really good player. Okay. The next video we've chosen for the stream is going to be the top 4 Pram versus Pablo Mesa. Let's see. Obviously, Pram won this, so it's not about determining who won, it's how they won and what they could have done to improve. Nothing really important getting prize for Pram. And we couldn't see what Pablo pressed. So Pablo opened Buzzwole, which is phenomenal. It's exactly what you want. And Pram was lucky enough not to open Zora, which is great for him. Pablo plays quickly. He just like bench Rockruff, Brooklet Hill. Let's go. Energy 2. Waste no time. Not showing Bulu. He should look for a Remoraid right here. He's already got his what's it called in play? Yeah. His Rockruff. Okay. I think this matchup's actually favored for Buzzwole Lycanroc. Not insanely, but a solid like 55-45, 60-40, that kind of thing. Just because Buzzwole's pressure onto bench, the ability to one-shot Zoroark early, and you can get a God Draw of like a strong energy band, plus a Regirock in play to hurt
a Zoroark to the point where you can just kill it off of a bench poke the following turn from a different Buzzwole. So, not too bad. I think a big issue people have while piloting Buzzwole Lycanroc is they fill up their bench way too quickly, where Zoroark Lycanroc gets to make a huge comeback off of a key play on a dangerous rogue, and they complain about it, but it's like you played right into it because you always want to get so many resources down on the board because you love playing Max Elixir early. So if you have a small contained bench and you play yourself around not getting dangerous rogue to one shot a Buzzwole or your Lycanroc, then you can really exploit the advantage that this deck has on the other one. Yeah, without Mew, Mewtwo, and a baby Zoro, it's definitely in Buzz's favor. I agree. Only because Buzzwole gets to poke them so hard. But Lycanroc is actually super oppressive from Buzzwole's end. Bram's doing some crazy stuff. Alright, so he's just going to tackle for 40 here. Which puts Buzzwole in range of Zoroark knocking it out if he's able to get 5 Pokemon in play plus a band. So that's pretty cute. And then him field blowing away the Brooklet Hill took away the instant Brooklet Hill for a Regirock strong energy option. And I think that's why Pram was willing to make that aggressive play early. And I think Regirock was the only other option that Pablo was considering taking on turn 1, but it's just more consistent in the long run to take it out in Remoraid. Okay. Pablo's debating a few things. Why do people use the promo Rockruff? Because it can hit a Zoroark for a massive amount of damage with a band. It can donk their Zorua with the strong energy, and it can hit Hoopa, the one with the safeguard ability. And that's the reason I lost round 6 of my cup that I won, is because I played against Hoopa Wishiwashi, and I was using the corner Rockruffs, even though I wanted the promo ones. I just didn't have any available to me. So Pablo draws into his auxiliary, opts not to Bloodthirsty, eyes out Zorua, which I don't agree with at all, but whatever. I think he's thinking if Pram evolves this into a Lycanroc and then attaches a DCE to it, he gets a 140 hit onto the Buzzwole, which wouldn't kill it. So I don't understand why he wouldn't just Bloodthirsty eyes up a Zorua and take away the Zoroark option altogether. So Flow Stone comes down, Energy got Max Elixir to the Rockruff, and Pablo might be content with just... He wants a Read Elixir. What? Okay. Yeah, Strong goes down to Lycanroc. And this is great. Like I mentioned this earlier, but I really want to touch on it, is the conservation of bench space to counteract the dangerous rogue by Pram. See this? 2 Pokemon. Chillin'. If the only other thing that might come down here is another Rockruff or a Buzzwole, I probably wouldn't put both down, nor would I pull up double Buzzwole. And I see tons of players doing this all the time in their cups. They need to stop doing it if they want to play Buzzwole Lycanroc Album. What are your thoughts on Donphan for Dallas? I actually like it. Mark has an article coming out with it soon. I'm playing around with it. The fact that you can't hit Zoroark for massive 1-hit KO kind of sucks, but whatever. You find other ways to get there. If someone thinks they're an exceptional player and is wanting to win, it's not just day 2 a tournament, should they learn how to play tier 1 decks and matchups, or to try and find a cute rogue? If you want to win a tournament and to make top 8 and perform better, learn the meta, play the tier 1 decks, and like learn all the matchups in and out. Cute rogue ideas are for people who already understand the meta, understand how to pilot the best decks, and just want to play something fun, or think that their rogue deck can counteract most of the top meta, and they can get unlucky by running into anti-meta stuff. Not that many people have success with rogue besides like Dylan and Jit, who Jit's in Singapore and then Dylan's retired now. But there's a couple of cute rogue ideas out there. Like I myself make top 32 and top 16 with them all the time, but you definitely find more success if you just play meta. So he licks her early. Pram's like, whoa, chill, 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 chill. And then Pablo's just going for an Octillery for 1 here. It makes no difference. All he's going to do is hit 30 and 30. I really want to see him just Bloodthirsty Eyes the Zorua before it turned to his Zoroark here, but whatever. Pram gets the trade off, which is that's what you you should have regulated that by taking away the Bloodthirsty Eyes play. However, I mean, I guess he could be thinking this Lycanroc is gonna beat my face in. And I could have got a Regirock. Grant had success with Toad too. His rogue stuff is very good. I hate all of Grant's decks minus the Carbink deck that he built, only because it just doesn't let most of his lists don't let your opponent interact with you, and I think that's a whack way of playing the game. It's like playing Jigglypuff in Melee. I'm not down with it. I can understand why someone would and the success you'd find with it, but I'm just not. I don't like playing those kind of decks. To me, they're just boring and skillless. But not to say Grant's bad. I think his lists are very good and they're very consistent. I just don't enjoy playing or seeing those decks. Like Wob deck out and crap like that. Toad, Seviper. So Pram took out the Octi after ending him. Pablo kind of hates that. You really want the Octi to snowball you the game. And does Pablo find a Kukui here? Does he even play it? No. 50, 180. Oh, never mind. I already started damage on it. I suck. There you go. Okay. So he Sycamore's away. He's going to Dangerous Rogue. Trade his Lycanroc for Prams. Or his GX attack for Prams Lycanroc. Probably goes for a bench of a Buzzwole here. And yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hits a Fighting Energy. Exactly what you want. I'm surprised you're playing all full art Pokemon. Pablo, you're wildin', man. That CCG Castle hookup must be chilling. One thing that Pokemon does need to allow is sponsors for them to have abbreviations in the names up here. Like, look at this. It's so blank. It should be ARG Michael Pramwat. And then Pablo would have to do something with this. My man got like 19 sponsors. It's not even fair. He would need to like take up the entire part of the stream up here to put all the sponsors' names in. But for now, we're gonna call him Stagger Scoop. So SOS Pablo Mesa. Because when you see him, you gotta be screaming SOS, which is pretty dope. Yeah, he shouldn't hit that Max Elixir after drawing into this many Fighting Energy already. 4. And then you already hit the previous Elixir. Yeah, you can't. That's greedy, my guy. Greedy. But Dangerous Rogue. Attaches another band here. I don't like attaching band in that situation. I'd rather you just keep the band in your hand. But I think Pablo's thinking, I have no Octillery anymore. The end can hurt me. I need the extra 30 in the future against a Zoroark. So I can see that. And he checked his discard pile for a Field Blower, so he'll need the Field Blower or another puzzle back. I don't hate it. Lele. See, like, the Zoroark wouldn't have been here. The trades wouldn't have been here. Pram's hand would be like half dead off of the if he didn't have the 2 turns of trades that he just got out of it. Had he just like Bloodthirsty Eyes'd up the Buzzwole and knocked it out, the odds of him drawing into the Regirock plus Strong Energy to knock out the initial Rockruff were super low. Then he just traded anyway with a Dangerous Rogue. I didn't think that was a proper play on Pablo's end. He should have just took out the Zorua and contended with it. Should I save the expanded questions for later off stream or can I fire them off? Go crazy, dude. I don't mind. We're kind of doing the thing where, like, I'm just doing the VOD reviews and any questions that come up in chat, I'll answer. Pram establishes another Zorua. It means nothing now. He just wants to start swinging with them. And Pablo just wants to find an energy and take 2 prizes. And he also wants to find a Remoraid. That's very important. He wants to find a Remoraid, and he wants to get the Octillery back in place. The counter to that for Pram's side is he's going to hit this Lycanroc, feed Pablo down to 2 prizes, brings up either another Zoroark or another Lycanroc, and then use the Lycanroc to bring up the Remoraid or Octillery that he might have in play, and KO those. Now he can overbench like crazy because Pablo already uses Dangerous Rogue, so you really don't care what you bench at this point. Pablo attaching a Fighting Energy to one of the non-damage Buzzwole might hurt him in the long run. I might have attached to the first one. 40's not too relevant besides that Choice Banded Guzma 5 Pokemon play that we talked about earlier, but I don't know. I feel like you could just be so much more aggressive and force him to Guzma into it if you have your Knuckle Punch available to you instantly, especially after you just played 3 Max Elixir already. Jake asks, does Trevenant have a place in Expanded? I've seen Fuseless running around. Yes, Trevenant with 4 Enhanced Hammer and Espeon EX is very good against Zoroark. Cinna, the one who got banned, says it's 50-50. I think it's still 40-60 for them against Zoroark, but whatever. Some people just draw well with Trevenant. But I do think it's relevant right now. Do I think people will play it? No. I think a majority of the community is not aware of that list or trust that list to the point where they'll play it against a Field Force Zoroark. But you'll see a top player do well with it. I expect like Pendarvis, Igor, one of them to go on a solid run with control decks like that. If not, Bob. It's very good. It's a bad play for Dallas. Pod Toad Zoroark. Pod Toad Zoroark. No, that's fine. I don't expect much fire. I personally don't like Golisopod, but you know, whatever. There's gonna be a lot more Toad running around, so you can punish all them for playing Toad. Do you like Buzzwole or Coco in Standard Zoroark? Buzzwole. Yeah. The extra 30 makes more of a difference than the 20 will off of Coco. I regulate the free retreat option by going with double Floatstone. Pran searching through here, counting elixirs, counting retreat options, and how many like Remoraids and Ultra Balls he's burned through. So he takes a knockout onto one of the Zorua, and then brings up the other one. I need to see the board again. Yeah, alright, so Pablo still has a 2 energy Lycanroc in play, which is fantastic, because he can use it to try and sweep late. And Pram whiffed everything he needed. Another DCE. Does he have a DCE on the active Zoroark already? He might. Yeah, he does. Okay, so he's fine here. The Ultra Ball automatically gets him Lycanroc, and I think he's just trying to save it at this point. And he drew into one, so that's good. So the fact that Pablo last turn couldn't find an energy onto one of the Buzzwole speaks to that play that I was talking about earlier regarding the energies coming down. And he finally finds a second Field Blower, which really hurts for Pram. Yes, this video is going to pop up on YouTube later on. It's definitely going to be this week. I'm trying to get a little bit more YouTube views on our end. We have a new sponsor who's about to sign a contract with us, and I just kind of wanted to bring him more view attention through our YouTube. So I figure we make a couple videos. I'll just post one video like every day or something. But I'll have them all out by next weekend. Or by this weekend, so that way you guys can study them for the cups. Pram's going to puzzle back. He needs the energy on this Lycanroc, even though he's going to take the knockout off of the active Zoroark. This gives him the option to use his own Dangerous Rogue next turn, as well as get Claw Slash in play for 160s onto the other Buzzwole that already got damaged, and that'll put him down to 1 prize left. So Pablo's in a bad spot. Like I said, missing that energy last turn really sucked, and now you don't have a Knuckle Impact presented to you, as well as you already burned 3 Max Elixir. So Pram's in a dominating position, and again, I think it all comes back to not taking the Bloodthirsty Eyes knockout on the Zoroark. For how long has this been live? Been going? An hour and 25 minutes, 22 seconds, man. Pablo gets a Guzma. He lost the band earlier, and he's just gonna go for a 60-30 play onto the other Zoroark. So 60 and 30, and he's really telling Pram you have to have strong energy, band, plus the other Lycan Rock or Guzma to touch the other Buzzwole on the bench, which Pram does from the looks of it. But we'll see. Yeah, trade away an N. He's dead drawing. You're not gonna play that. Pram's a beast. He draws his cards so weird. He's like, all right, got him. Bloodthirsty Eyes. Get that boy up here. Strong. Floatstone. Retreat to my Zoroark. I like it. And probably not going to band it. The 100 is sufficient here, and he likes having the band. Pablo's hand's probably dead. He attached the final energy he had. Have you already talked about your opinions on coaching? Yep. I talked about coaching earlier. I'll post that again, too, later on. So, Pablo's Foster Pass. Trades. Trade? Like, we're back to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, man, trades? You get a binder? Trade? What's good, man? Trade? This is crazy that 40 damage from the initial rock grub is going to be relevant. This is why you play the promo, boys. All of this. Do you like 4-3 Lycan Rock or 3-2 in Zoroark? I played 3-2 at the Cup. I won. And I kind of want 4-3. I might stay at 3-2 depending on how greedy I'm going to be. One thing I hate about Buzz Rock is whiffing Max Elixir. It's why I won't play it. Agreed. If you miss if you miss Max Elixir, you get bopped. And the second strong energy all but steals this game up for Pram. So, honestly, attach the band, retreat, because he would need to go he need to go strong 180 plus band. No, you don't retreat here. You'd say do it to it, Captain. Yeah, take the knockout. You're one prize left. Wins off of a Guzma onto the benched Buzzwole. And pray that Pablo doesn't draw the energy. So Pablo drew the energy, takes the knockout, brings up this guy. He didn't draw N, and N was critical. Yeah, Guzma, bring up, bop. Alright. Good playing on both sides. The Bloodthirsty Eyes onto the Octillery on turn 2 really took a toll on Pablo's late game progression. As you can saw, if he got N, he started dead drawing from that. And Pram shaking his head. But I don't know. I thought if he just Bloodthirsty Eyes up the Zord, none of that would happen. Coming up standard. I'm probably gonna play Buzzwole Zoroark if I have a standard coming up. That was game 1. I'm gonna stop the video and go into game 2 in a little bit. And we're back for game 2. Yeah. I really like Zoroark Lycan Rock. Buzzwole Lycan Rock might be a secondary one. I have some cups coming up this weekend, and I really want to try cute stuff. Savali Grass and Shining Genesect is on my radar. List a little bit different from Harrison's, but it's all pretty much the same concept. You play Wishful Baton and hope they hit into it. Pablo's concentrating. He's like, what'd I do wrong? Must kill Zora next time. We got this. I'm sad he can't wear this like the Sacker Scoop shirt on stream. That thing looks like a Supreme logo. It looks pretty dope. You can show me this Savali. Savali Grass. I'll talk about it later. If I do well with it, I'll write an article on it. It's something that me and William Zorich worked on. Or more like he built it, and then I also ran with the concept too. We were talking about it. And then he's always really good at building lists, so I might just take a look at his first. What are Buzzwole Lycan Rock's bad matchups? One itself, when you whiff Max Elixir. Two, Oh no, Galissapod? Garb? Yeah, green and purple. So Pablo opens Sudowoodo, which super sucks. Good lord. And he opened his multi-switch. That's horrible. Yeah, discard that. I know about that, Pablo. If you already, I've heard whispers of the list, but I've never seen a 60. It's whatever. You lose to Bulu, and you lose to Guardy, so it's a meta call, if anything. Taking that hard option. Okay, searching through. Probably gonna grab a Remoraid. I mean, you saw what it did to him first time not having the Remoraid down, so you're definitely gonna get it this time. Well, getting it KO'd. Like I slapped the deck. It's like stupid deck, pissing me off. Buckle Hill. Get my other homie. I'm thinking Buzzwole. Yeah, I agree. I like it. And Sycamore. That's why you lose with Buzzwole like a rock. That hand right there. Or the scenarios where you can lose. You're like, I drew all this energy. By the time you hit your elixirs, there's like 4 fighting left in the deck. It's like 40 cards. I don't know what Pram's doing. I looked over to chat by the time I saw what he played. I hope he's using Lele. Oh, he's Brook of Healing. Of course. There you go. You doing Oceania or just Dallas and getting ready for Ultra Permanent? Yeah, I'm just doing Dallas. I'm not doing Oceania. Would you play Mr. Mime and Zoroark Lycanroc? No, I wouldn't. I play double Acerola, and I'd rather have the Acerola there against more matchups than I would have the Mime. If you're trying to counter the Buzzwole, just go ahead and play a Mewtwo or a Mew EX Tech Attacker instead of the Mime. More value overall, because those can win you other games. So he lays down. He's not going for a bridge this turn. I think his hand's just dead, and he has enough Pokemon to feel like he established. Yeah. And he skipped out on N, which is great. So let's go back to that turn. There's something to talk about there. Instead of going for the Bridget, Pram is going to go Sycamore here because he wants to find a DCE, other options, maybe a DCE in the band to attack the Buzzwole here with. And if you see what he Sycamores away, Kukui, Bridget, Zoroark, and N. So most people here would think, or not here in chat in particular, but players overall, and from what I've seen, is they want to go for an N here because they want to save their resources. In this case, a Zoroark GX. But Pram's also thinking, I don't need to use this Kukui very often, and this bridge is dead to me now once I go into turn 2. And the N that you would play, it would reset Pablo's hand after Pablo already Sycamored and did virtually nothing. Like, he attached Flowstone to Sudowoodo, retreated it, and attached a Fighting Energy. In my eyes, the Fighting Energy means he doesn't have Strong Energy. He doesn't have a Band. He doesn't have a Rockruff. And he might have Octillery right now, and he might be saving an Ultra Ball for their Octillery. If he does, then he needs to pitch away 2 cards from his hand, have a follow-up Sycamore to the one he already played on turn 1, and then try to Octi into that, which is a fine position you're going to be in as long as you hit your turn 2 Lycanroc. So these are definitely the situations where you don't want to reset your opponent's hands, and I feel like that happens way too often, both tournament and in like League Cups. during Swiss rounds when people casually play end when your opponents have dead hands, and they have clear signs that they're giving away that their hand sucks that people don't read into on the sheer fact that they're greedy about their own resources that they're okay with conserving. So improve this play now in cups, and the format's already gonna let you do that once Cynthia drops, because you're gonna be Cynthia more often because you don't feel like discarding resources. And when you Cynthia, you're not resetting your opponent's hand with end. So, just a little rant to go on. I definitely agree with Pram's play here though. Just kind of further pushing how great it is. So he draws into an E-Hammer. Doesn't look like Zoroark. I saw Lycan Rock, an Energy Lotto. An Energy Lotto is good here. You want to find a DCE. Or take a strong, whatever. But DCE is definitely good. Okay, found the DCE. I missed a Genesect match commentary earlier. I'm considering the same 60 for a cup this weekend. Do you think it's viable? I think the deck is viable. I don't like the same 60. I disagree with like 8 cards in it. And I want a thicker Bulbasaur to Venusaur line. I also like Formosa because I'm pissed. And Formosa's cool. So since Pablo's not showing any option to one-shot the Lele, Pram's definitely cool with taking an energy drive here for 60 to put the Buzzwole in range of Zoroark, Choice Band, DCE 5 Pokemon in play. So Pablo starts his turn by going for another Brookle Hill. He's probably going to get a Rockruff off of this. The only thing I could see is him getting another Buzzwole because the active one got poked, but he definitely won't do that. He'll just go for the Rockruff, which he does. I think Pram had a Stretcher. He does have a Stretcher in hand. He's showing it right there for the Zoroark. Energy goes down on Sudowoodo. Choice Band comes down for Buzzwole. And yeah, look, his hand sucks. Perfect example right here. Why you don't play the end, try to conserve your own resources when your opponent's giving dead giveaways that their hand sucks. And you need to play to that. What if you need to venture Void State with only an end and they're dead drawing? Do you play it knowing both of you have to draw in the situation? It depends on the matchup and depends on how aggressive your deck needs to be. If you're in a disadvantage of a matchup and you know you have to get going before they get a chance, then I'd probably take the N option there. But if they draw well at any point in the game that you're going to lose, I just let them keep that drawing. I'll just draw it myself. Also, when you're playing a Zoroark deck, you have the option of drawing into a Zoroark GX at any point in the game and then discarding your hand to draw into an Ultra Ball to get a Sycamore off of a Lele. And you have a lot more options of outs than they do. So once again, Zoroark is absolutely insane. It's different than playing Octillery, because in Octillery, if you have a dead hand and you Octillery down, is your dead hand less than 5 that you can draw into it. When Zoroark, you're pitching away useless crap to get +2, which is fantastic. So it depends on the matchup, depends on the deck you're playing. But majority of the time, I'll just let both of us keep dead drawing unless I know I have a chance to win if I get set up versus if they get set up too. Yeah, it's really not something I can just answer as like a flat out. So he pokes 60-30 onto the Rockruff because it's the only Rockruff in play. So Pablo's like, all right, more than likely you're gonna make a Zoroark and you'll just make one on the one I hit for 30. So I'd force you to make a Lycanroc right now and take out my Remoraid, which would force him to also have another DCE because the Strong Energy wouldn't get him there because he doesn't have anything on his Rockruff. So Pram uses that Stretcher that he was boasting earlier to go get his Zoroark. The reason he puts it on top of the Floatstone one is because he wants to draw into another Zoroark that he can Choice Band later on and not have that Zoroark get hit, as well as controlled by getting knocked out. So if he only makes one Zoroark in play and he puts a band onto it, if he brings it active, it might get trapped, and then there goes your draw engine. But having a second one hit and then you use it to like both attack and draw, then you're chilling. So like right now, what just happened? I could be overthinking things. Maybe he's just going like, herp derp, I'm drawing cards, but I don't think that's the case. Lele drawing 2 for a trade. He really just wants a basic fighting energy here to knock out Sudowoodo with a clean energy drive. Pablo's hand sucks. He's showing no form of like a hit back. Basic fighting? Nope. Okay. Or even a DCE would be sick. Yeah. Is a whiff of a turn unless he hits a field blower here. Energy drive for 60. Yeah, that sucked. Ugh. Yeah, you got lucky there. People say Pram draws how Pram draws, but he couldn't even hit a DC or fighting energy to take this knock on the Sudowoodo. Pablo draws an elixir for his turn. I bet the fighting energy goes down to the Rock Ruff. I can agree with that. It's way too scary for Buzzwole to be in range of the Choice Band complete knockout, and you want to have the energy onto the Rock Ruff so you can make this play what he's about to make this turn, which is Lycan Rock into Dangerous Game. Dangerous Rogue GX knockout onto more than likely Pram Zone Lycan Rock here. And if Pablo wins this game, that's how it's going to be done, is through this Bloodthirsty Eyes, bring up your Lycan Rock, retreat into mine, attach second fighting energy, and then this Lycan Rock takes 4 prizes, as well as Pablo establishing an artillery going into the following turn. Again, this is why I advocate coaching. So, Sam Soldier, when you asked about coaching earlier, this is something that I think coaches as well as Pablo, because I honestly think Pablo's a fantastic coach. I've heard him speak on his stream before, and I've watched a couple of his videos, and he basically coaches while he's streaming. But what he's doing is establishing win conditions that he needs to finish the game off, and this being one of them is regulating the threat on your opponent's side of the board, as well as regulating the option of your opponent ending you out of the game, which is him just drawing into artillery post this. So, yeah. If Pablo comes back this game, which I don't know if he does, I don't even know if they played a game 3, I didn't watch it, but it'll start now off of this Dangerous Rogue. So Pram's going to band and go for a trade with this Lele here, maybe? That's risky business, my guy. 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. 2-shot off of the next Zoroark. Would you run a thicker artillery line in Shining Genesect? Do you think Gladion is worth a spot? Gladion is certainly not worth a spot. Is up the Wishful Baton count? No, 2 is fine, or needed with the lower counts of blower nowadays. No, you're just fine. If you pop off with 1 baton, the game ends off of it. If you had more options where, like, I need all these batons 24/7 to win, then I could see that, but it's not a crazy win condition. It's more of like a if it sticks, they lose. If that makes any sense. It's very win more of a card. And if it's a win more card, I don't want to up the counts in it. I'd rather have a rare candy in its place. If you have a good testing circle, why isn't it just as good as coaching? It's essentially the same thing to me. Yes, but people don't have good testing circles. And that's when coaching is viable, as well as you might have a testing circle with people who don't understand how to pilot a deck that's a higher skill cap. So, Danny, I think you're surrounded by a bunch of homies in the Northeast area that are all very good, and so you don't need like a coach. But for kids that are like 15, 14, 13, people that live out like in the West are just not surrounded by people who are even nice to them. Like, you might have a testing circle, they're all good people, but they're not necessarily good players. Coaching is actually a logical thing for them to do and get value out of. Pram's gonna Ultra Ball for a Rock Ruff here. Again, you need to get another Lycan Rock. He already burned his Dangerous Rogue for the turn, so getting another Lycan Rock set up means Pablo just straight up loses. Do you feel niche supporters are good or bad thing? Hex, Lysandra, Ranger, Acerola, because they nullify lock decks like Paralysis. No, I love niche supporters. I think they're absolutely essential for the game to work correctly. The Northeast is full of threats that people don't recognize as threats for whatever reason. I don't know why it is. Like, they consistently top tournaments, but I guess they don't just come away with the win unless their name's Azul. I have 0 testing circle and pay PTC Go ladder. That's, yeah, I don't think PTC Go is proper testing for me. New Jersey squad up in this, yeah. I respect the Jersey squad. I love going up to marathons. Back when they had them, but I can only travel there so much. Yeah, New Jersey and NY is good. Yeah. I think New Jersey and all they're full of players who I respect their opinion. And if I respect their opinion, I consider them a good player. Or whose opinions I expect. Does that make sense? Yeah. Talking English like an idiot. Pablo's going to go grab a Regirock off of this. All he really wants here is Octillery. If he gets Octillery, he's chilling. Pram took the Ultra Ball for a Rockruff last turn because he needs to go knockout next following turn, Lycanroc, take out Octillery off of an N, and hopefully he dead draws one time off of N. I don't see that happening, but we'll see if Pablo can get to the Octillery that he needs this turn. Our cup last week at Jinx was like a New Jersey States. Yep. Isn't that every cup for you guys? You guys have a bunch of threats. Every turn I'm like, oh, he's cool, he's cool, he's cool, he's cool. A bunch of New Jersey dudes were some guys I wanted on someone's PC squad. The first one being, what's it called? Nui. I love Nui. So he gets to the Octave I was talking about. Gets into play, regulating N. You can't KO Octi and Lycanroc in the same turn. This Lycanroc's taking 4 prizes by itself. Final Elixir. The odds of this hitting... decent? No, very low. Myths. Yeah. Boy! Just strong energy out here. Yeah, knew he's a goon, dude. Yeah, every couple of tunnel. Yeah. Pablo gets his Buzzwole. Huge bench here, but he's not really worried about Dangerous Rogue. He's just trying to regulate his end draws. And the Buzzwole can take can set up 2 knockouts onto the 2 other Pokemon in play. And then the 1 energy attachment smacks a Zoroark, which is pretty good. Bren's opting not evolves into Lycanroc, is not going to use Bloodthirsty Eyes, which is good on his because he plans on killing the Lycanroc this turn. He just really wants to find an N and hopes it sticks. Puzzle 4. Puzzle Field Blower. Field Blower away the Floatstone and that, so you don't have free retreat. So once he ends him, right here. Once again, good playing by Pram and anyone else that sees that. You want to Field Blower off the Floatstone, because you know you're ending Pablo to 2, which means he'll have to play into the Guzma based upon no knowledge of what he's getting off of the next 3 cards. The Floatstone would be an option to have a free retreater, and he can play himself into losing if he had Guzma plus energy for a game. So he draws Max Elixir, and I think that's a Lycanroc. And Pram just draws some dead cards he's going to trade away. Here's one thing to go into. If you have, if you're playing Zoroark and you have a supporter for the turn that you want to play for the turn, you usually burn the supporter first, see what you have off of your draws, and then go trade post the supporter. The reason you want to do that post supporter is you get to see more cards to get you into the ones that you're potentially trading into, and then you can trade away other dead cards that are still in the deck and fish for more options. So if you have like a link of cards you need, let's say I need Strong, then the following turn I need Ban plus DCE plus Acerola. If I trade away a resource and see neither of those, and then play my supporter, and then see a fresh hand, I might see less than I would if I went and see them already and then trade into them from there. I don't know if it makes any sense, but it's the rule I follow, which I think is Pram's pretty much following too. You go for the end first, then you just dead Bridget, and you're like, all right, pitch that off. Especially if your hand's full of resources you're considering trading but don't really love it. So, Tillop, would you suggest for a good player that doesn't have a testing group? Testing for my first regional, so I know I'm not that bad. I suggest you get coaching or just watch VODs like I do and study all day. Not to shit on my area, but I don't really have strong players to play test with. Most of someone's PC guys, all we have to do is talk theory, and I don't have to play test all the time too. I play test against myself more than anything before I write articles. I play about 4 or 5 hours of solitaire, matchup versus matchup, and just look at both players' hands, which gives me the most optimal route. Russ is playing Max Potion, a decent attack in Zoroark Lycanroc. I like Seakal's addition of the second float, but that's a card I would cut for it. Yes, that's fine. The second float isn't necessary, but I love 3 Guzma. I'm probably not going to play the deck again without having 3 Guzma. I felt like I've had such an edge in the mirror match by having the 3rd Guzma there. Because they go, oh, I'm going to regulate his Lycanroc, and now he's out of Guzmas, unless he burns Puzzle for him. It's like, nah, bruh. You got Guzma for days. Bram takes a second trade on his Zoroark. He's really just filling up his hand to make a play next turn. Should Pablo Dedger off of this, and he's trying to set up where he can KO off of Guzma with the Lycanroc onto his Buzzwole. So Lycanroc takes a KO on this guy, retreats, takes a KO on this guy, but Sudowoodo is actually kind of scary here. Bang, knockout. Okay. So Pablo looks at his hand, knows he has nothing, promotes the Sudowoodo first. Has 1 retreat, I believe, so not too bad. Elixir. The last one whiffed, and then this one hit. Yeah, attached to the Buzzwole. You need to get the Knuckle Impact online. Since that is a win condition off of a strong energy flowstone here. I didn't like 2 Guzma either, but after playing the deck, it seemed fine if you played Bloodthirsty Eyes correctly. I agree with that, but I need to be greedy in League Cup plays, and that's why I went with the 3rd Guzma. The second float was fantastic, though. There's so many cards I want to play like 2 or 1 of in the deck, but I cut Kukui's down. I didn't think Kukui's that good for me, but to each his own. Yeah, Pablo's full on feeding to the dangerous rogue here. He already knows that 4 Pokemon, so he didn't really care if he's gonna give him the 250 here, especially when he wants to make another Lycanroc for Bloodthirsty Eyes for game. Sudowoodo's gonna copy the Lycanroc and take a 1 for 2 prize trade potentially against Pram going into next turn. If anything, I play a second Acerola over 3rd Guzma, but I think it's just preference. I play 0 supporters 4 for Lycanroc. No, I don't like that much Lycanroc. We got weird stuff in Virginia. Can't have all them Lycanroc running around. People play grass and golly and crap. Also, there's so many enhanced hammers that sometimes you get bodied by having to attach 2 energy for Lycanroc. Okay, so first trade off of Azorua. What does Pram do here? Trade. He's fishing for an N. N, and then you can Bloodthirsty Eyes up Octillery, retreat, Zoroark, knock it out. Prey doesn't draw energy. Oh, he already has Sudowoodo. Yeah, never mind then. Okay, this is solid. Can I read Sudowoodo? Copy the attack, and it can copy GX attack. Never mind, I scoop. Yeah, he has to make a multi-switch play now. Okay, solid. Attach strong. Or attach DCE, retreat, multi-switch? It's the only way you're getting out of this. You have to swing with the Lycanroc, or Sudowoodo's gonna bop a Zoroark. Okay, KO? What? Oh, it can't copy the GX attack because he already burned his GX attack for the turn. Okay, not bad. I like it. Okay, yeah, he had energy retreat. Strong knock out the Lycanroc, so it wasn't bad. That was the end of game 2. We're moving on to game 3. Good playing by Pablo there. He's dead drawing early, but honestly, if he couldn't control Pram at a certain point, he just wasn't. Pram wasn't gonna run away with the game. And we're stopping that video, going on to game 3 now. Cool. Switched over N and Sycamore because I like 3-3. I personally like 4-3 if you get one prize. 3-2 essentially only get one Bloodthirsty Eyes. And deck's not running Zoro that aren't cheese strats like Sylveon. Would you always advocate playing 3 Sycamore? 4 Sycamore? Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I like 4 Sycamore in almost everything. When Cynthia drops, definitely not. The counts are gonna get super weird. Cynthia's very, very good for the game. Paul Box, you said you replaced the multi-switch, probably for fighting and hit elixirs better. Oh, that's crazy. I like the multi-switch a lot. I think it's just crazy to have paired with Lycanroc. He probably feels that way because he can't Floatstone retreat Buzzwole as often. But who knows? Because like if you Guzma the same turn you show off your Lycanroc, you lose the value of Bloodthirsty Eyes. Guess locals meta is also a big factor. People tell us just play standard list from last top 8 basically. Okay, I can agree with that. You mean Pont? What's a Cynthia? I wasn't around during Professor Oak's New Theory. I started in 2013 or 2014, whatever Plasma Blast just dropped. So I have no idea what Professor Oak's New Theory did. What do you think counts will be like? I honestly don't know. I think a lot of people will be playing 3 or 4 copies of Cynthia, and less N. Unless you're playing decks where you can get value out of putting you and your opponent down to a low hand. As well as beating them, all dependent upon the format. I can see like 4 Cynthia, 2 Sycamore, 4 N being a thing. So, yeah. I almost think that Cynthia could push Sycamore out of standard like it already does for Zoroark. Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, I'm replacing Sycamore instantly with Cynthia as soon as it drops. Not in all lists. I like that consistency during cups. I might have 1 or 2. And Sycamores do find value for me discarding crap out of my hand. I never want to redraw again in those awkward matchups. But the times I want those are so few and far between that I might just be better off going pure Cynthia. Wonder how losing N and Sycamore will affect the format when going Esamoon on. I guess it always depends on what supporters we get in May and August sets. Yes, it is. It's very true. But as of right now, Cynthia plus Bridget plus Zoroark in play gives us tons of options. Yeah, I know Professor Oak's New Theory is Cynthia. I'm just saying I never played with it in the beginning, so it's Cynthia to me. He gets a turn 1 Bridget, 1 Rockruff, and multiple Zoroark, which I really like. You need that draw option against this deck. And then he gets a Fighting Energy down, which is phenomenal. You can threaten the turn 2 Floatstone. Take a knockout. Pablo's hand must suck. What would you cut for a thicker Venusaur line? I'll have to look over the list in a second. Well, I'll let you know before I stop streaming, which can probably be after this VOD. So Pramte gets his Zorua knocked out and has an Ultra Ball for his Lycanroc, I assume, before he trades. And let me check who texted me. La-da-da-da. So he's Ultra Balling. Lele for supporter, I think, is what he grabbed. Yep. His hand was kind of dead. Ace of rolling stupid stuff. Ban the active. Lycanroc, Bloodthirsty Eyes. Good lord, Pram. What a hand. Bruh. Bruh. DCE, second Zoroark. Jesus. And the Rockruff. Bruh. Alright, never mind. When you guys talk about Pram draws like Pram, this is one of those games. Alright, give me a second. What'd you cover? I'll have to look over that. Russ, what's the safest play for Dallas? Safest is the Toad Zoroark Muck deck. The play, I don't think it's that. If that makes any sense at all. Like, I don't think it's gonna win, but I think it's safe to be like, I'm getting points with this deck. After this VOD, we'll have deck building 1-1 Rust. Yeah. Yo, Danny, you play Hammer Queens. Don't go to the safest play. I need to find places more around there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Going on. Pram hits his ideal scenario. Bloodthirsty Eyes. Turn 2 knockout Remoraid. has Lycan Rock to pop Buzzwole twice. Buzzwole has the 1 energy on it and is even on the bench, so he can't max Elixir to it. It means the most value he'll get after this turn is a strong energy plus a band, which threatens the Buzzwole to get 2-shot by the Lycan Rock and then into the Zoroark the following turn, which isn't good at all. And this is why this deck loses, because you draw a whole bunch of fighting energy, because you're playing the Elixir, because you're playing a lot of energy in your deck. Oh, poor Pablo. Lordy. This sucks. Sycamore dumped this energy. And he's going to hit Elixirs and not going to draw it. They're not going to hit. You got a Brickle Hill. Not bad. I guess I can agree with the energy going onto the Buzzwole there. I was already saying like how if you drew into any Elixirs, they weren't going to hit to begin with. So maybe if you attach to the bench, then you drew into an Elixir and you Elixir to the one to the bench, and you poke the active for 30. You need a Floatstone Retreat that one. Yeah, I might have gone with that. I might have gone with attach to the bench one, Floatstone the active 30, and then pray I draw into an Elixir. Elixir strong energy, knock out the Lycan Rock the following turn after Floatstone retreating the active one, and then if you want to get to this Buzzwole that got damaged after this initial Lycan Rock, you can Bloodthirsty Eyes or Guzma it instead of getting full value of just taking a 2-shot on the active. I might have played that differently, so we'll see how it progresses the game. Bloodthirst or brings down Lycan Rock, doesn't Bloodthirsty Eyes because there's no other energy on board to threaten anything. Attaches a strong here. I think he's just gonna go for a big Claw Slash. Maybe off of Kukui. Yep, Kukui. So 110, 140, 160 is his current damage output. And that's really all you want. 160 bop, Claw Slash. These streams are legit and so helpful. 50 minutes though and GSP tolls. Not bad, dog. It's been 2 hours so far. Pablo didn't draw into a max elixir. Has hella strong energy in his hand. But this is a scenario I wouldn't want me to see myself get trapped into. Like, by putting the second energy onto the Buzzwole, you're committing for it to try and take a knock on this Lycan Rock, and he has a second one set up. So if you put the Floatstone on the active, energy the next Buzzwole, you have an option of 2 turns of drawing into the elixir, as well as not showing your hand to your opponent of where you're trying to commit the energy to. So I definitely would have gone that way. He was unlucky enough not to draw into the elixirs, but I mean, you have to play to drawing into it. You have 4 in your deck, so I don't know. I can agree with that. Let's see if he takes a Bloodthirsty Eyes knockout here. Or he's not even going to use it. Okay. Failing, attaching strong, and then ending. Yeah, okay. So he gets a strong into the active. He's going to get a Knuckle Punch off with that. And trade 2 prizes going down to 3. And then Pram can come back, take a knockout, go to 3 prizes to 3 prizes. But you still don't even have your Octillery established. I don't really like it. Would it matter? I mean, I guess it sucks. He didn't draw into Elixir. This is pretty much the better play. He got the Octillery, though, off of his 5. Multi-switch is there. Absolutely useless right now. Holy crap, is it useless. You got a band you can put on your Lycan Rock to get a +1 off of your Octillery 4, but nothing juicy. Takes his 2 prizes. I'm more confused he didn't attach the strong before Sycamore. Yeah. Should have attached strong instead. But Prime did play the Enhanced Hammer, and he couldn't afford to have that energy get removed. Like, that energy was critical. And he didn't even draw Max Elixir off of this next hand. So had he gone the route I suggested earlier, it wouldn't have paid off. And he'd still have a Lycanroc active. So, I don't know. Draw your Max Elixir, Pablo. That's the solution to this problem. Prem goes for an N. All he's really doing here is using Lele to trade into Buzzwole, ending Pablo to a crap hand, and hoping he just doesn't draw into a supporter plus Max Elixir to put down to his Buzzwole. While abusing double trade, because Zoroark is a really, really good card and absolutely busted. For now, I'm going to look up the Shining Genesect Venusaur deck. Da, 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 da. This guy wrote an article on it, but he didn't even post his full list. It's not even behind a paywall. Question mark? Retreat, trade with Lele. Pablo has to draw into something useful. A very good hand. So Ultra Ball away this crap. Lycanroc and a Buzzwole. You already have your Buzzwole established that you're going to be attacking with. Harrison plus Genesect. Alright, and he posted the list. Here we go. Three Shiny Genesect. Pause it. So he octaves into Sycamore. Finally draws a Max Elixir. About time, my dude. Too bad your Elixir can't go on anything useful on your bench because you Floatstone the Buzzwole. And that super sucks because you need something else to draw into. He didn't want to bench the other Buzzwole because he didn't want to play into Dangerous Rogue for game. Which I can understand, but looking back now, maybe he should have just benched the other Buzzwole instead of Ultra Balling it away. That sucks. Attach pass. You need to have Guzman this turn. Odds of him having it? Very high. He has a Zoroark. 2. Trade. Trade away this full art Bridget I just drew. Or Ultra Ball it away. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I found the list. Ultra Balls away the Bridget. Probably for a dead card. Then trade that card away. Or look to make sure that you have Guzmas in your deck. Plus puzzles. Yeah, trade away this dead Zoro. I'm not putting another one down. The deck is crazy when they don't knock out Wishful Tone. Yeah, it's a win more as soon as it hits. Yo Rush, since Flygon, what would you play and why? Seismitoad, Zoroark, Muck, easily. Maybe Carbink. I'm thinking of a few fighting options, but the fact that they play double Field Blower kind of scares me. And I'm also not convinced that Muck automatically regulates Sudowoodo if you play an aggressive Lycanroc deck. So I'm trying to explore those options with 4 weeks left of testing. But I do love Focus Sash right now. I also love the concept of playing Carbink Break because I think Drew's success with Wailord will bring about 10% of the field playing Wailord because they love playing deck out decks, and they also think it's skillless. And I don't think players trust themselves enough that they should, just because of the nature of how the game works. I think they're more afraid of playing a skillful deck because they're going to misplay with it than they will be like, I'm playing Wailord because I like having fun, when in fact they don't trust themselves to play a consistent good deck. And Carbink auto wins Wailord, so let's do it, boys. Would you change the Fates Collide Carbink? Would you change the Fates Collide Carbink? What do you mean? Like into the energy removal one? The energy removal one doesn't protect non-special energy, so they would have to play Flare Grunt or Yeah, they would have to be trying to play like Crushing Hammer on regular fighting energy. Do you think that many people have beaches though? I think people are convinced that they don't need beach to win with the deck. I think they just like, oh, I just play rough seas because I don't have beaches anyway. Who cares? Does that necessarily, is that correct? I don't know, but it's still a tough matchup if they don't have beaches. And as we've seen back in like the old days when we were playing Blastoise, if they want beaches, they're finding beaches. If they want to play Wailord, they're playing Wailord. It's gonna happen. And all Drew did was like lead the charge, new revolution for whales to come out. So we got a Guzma play onto the Octillery. Everything here's fairly basic. The most intricate parts of this matchup are far and gone in the first opening turns. Or the one that prevents damage to the bench. Roaring Skies. Isn't that a psychic one? I can't sash that. Whoa. Carbink ROS. La da da da. As long as Pokemon prevent damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's attacks. That's not worth it. Just in the dark though, that's cool. Yeah, it's a fairy one. I can't sash that. No, never. You'll be surprised how many times you swing with the baby one that that the sash is like super useful because you're just sitting there and you're diamond gifting, or not even diamond gifting. You're hitting with the other one, the 40, just popping kids in the face. Pablo grabs another Emerald. Which Grimer do you play? The dark one is weak to fighting, so it can be KO'd easily, or but also it's a free attack that can search another Grimer in a pinch. That's too strong. The dark one. You play the dark one, even if it's weak to fighting. Any idea if we get a Fairy Lily promo? No, I have no idea if we're getting it or not. We'll know by January 5th. Sash is too strong. Yeah, Power Gem. There you go. Power Gem Bops kids. Pablo searches up the Buzzwole, or searches the Remoraid and then plays in. He's gonna retreat Dangerous Rogue here, and kind of say, Pram, you have to draw Guzma off of this final hand to win the game. But he has to draw Juice. Like, he's got to draw fairly well. So Pablo is in a bad spot here. And hits the Elixir. Wow. Sick. He plays pretty masterfully. Retreat. Lycanroc. Dangerous Rogue. Bang. That's what you got for not setting up another Lycanroc. Yeah, I still have the Heracross figure. Yeah, of course. It travels with me all the time. It's in my bag at all points. Next to my Flygon pin. Let's see what Pram does here. What is his win condition? Trade? Yeah, I was about to say, you're not playing that. You need a Guzma. Field Blower Guzma smacked the freaking Buzzwole? Is that the game? Is that the game plan? Or Bloodthirsty Eye Strong Energy Multi-Switch. Yeah, that sounds awful. Okay. Double puzzle. Pray Pablo doesn't have Guzma. Well, I know you win, Prem. I just want to see how you do this, buddy. DCE and N. Oh, dude. Big old Lele. Let's go. Enzima 1. Lele smack 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. The power of double Zoroark. You just get the N and you get so much more value of your opponent. I've seen a 3-1 Muck line with Dark One. Would you go down 2-1? I certainly would only play 2-1. I'd never play 3-1 in my life. Bop the Lycanroc 120. And draw your Guzma Pablo. Or even a strong energy. 2 retreat strong energy. Game. And what has he got? Nothing. You got nothing, boy. Honestly, if I was Pablo here, I would just 2 retreat into the Remoraid. 3-1 is from Robin Solstice. Yeah, I still wouldn't play the 3-1. I like 2-1. Do you think the delay of the new Solgaleo was intentional? Honestly, it might be. But do they really care about the meta that much where they're gonna delay cards because they don't want things to get ruined? That's the big if. Like, do they have a brain? Yeah, 10 short, poor Pablo. Should have hit the Lele instead of hitting the other Zoroark. Is what we're gonna see here. So, oh, I saw it on Team Fitness Knuckles. Wonder if 3-1 had any merit. 3-1 does have merit. I think it's unnecessary. Again, I have to go play with the deck again, you know, to see it. Because you want them to fish for the Grimer for no reason while you're beating their face in with a Zoroark just to play other Sudowoodo. Bram, Stretcher, bring that boy back up here. Attach. 2040, nothing. Dang, Pablo got unlucky. Oh, Pram knows it too. Look at his face. He's got one of those. Sorry about that, N. You know how things go, buddy. I'm trying to win this 7 regional. 7 guy, we out here. Don't feel too bad, Pablo. You played that perfectly. Game 1 could have gone better if you just knocked out the Zoroark. There's only so much you can do with the artillery there. Yeah. I mean, you can see why these dudes like constantly top regionals and win the regionals, because even when they're in pinch spots, they find their win conditions and then play to them to the best of their ability. And those are the things that happen. So, yeah. Good game 3. Good VOD. I liked it. So, I'm about to hop off in a second. First, I wanted to go over with my boy Lex what I would drop out of the Genesect Venusaur list. Okay. This is fine. This is very awkward. I want a 3rd Bulbasaur. I want the option to prize 1 Bulbasaur and still bridge 2 of these out, so if they kill 1, I can still create my Venusaur. 2 Venusaur is fine. 1 Ivysaur is fine. I actually might lose an Ivysaur. I don't know how I feel about that. This is fine at 2. 1-1's very awkward. I kind of want 2-2. If I'm doing this, I need to move these and change this into this. I couldn't see myself playing a 2-2 line along with a 1-1 line of this. The bench would be super fucking clogged off of having a Venusaur there. So, this is a potential cut. These 2 are potential cuts for a longer, thicker artillery line. From the looks of his games, it looks like he's very dependent upon artillery. Pablo tilts bad. My friend has screams of when he gets upset over a showdown when he's on. I think I tilt horribly too. I never tilt online. I don't crap about online. But I tilt because I'm very competitive as a person, and I hold myself to a higher standard than most other people will. They're like, "Oh, you made top 32, you made top 16, still good." I'm like, "No, I deserve my win. I think I'm good enough to get my win, and I want to show that for myself, not to other people. Like, I want to see myself get that win and have that satisfaction." Getting my value from it. I kind of want for Mantis. Not for Mantis. From Osa. 1 Sycamore might be able to get cut. 2 Bridget's perfectly fine in this deck. 2 Skyla. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but after seeing Kika's list play more Skyla, I can kind of agree with it. 2 Guzma. I don't like that. I want 3. But whatever. We can't have it all. I might cut Mallow. I honestly would cut Mallow. And Gladion. I'd cut 2. I can't see myself going turn 1 Lele Bridget and then having the Lele for the Mallow later on when I already have Octillery in play. I feel like that's just an absurd amount of luck that I have to draw into. But hey, if I can draw into like that, we out here, boys. The Gladion's getting cut 3,000%. 4 Ultra Ball's fine. I want to see how the deck can function with 3 Elixir. It might be able to do it, but 4 is very strong. I just think with the Energy Drive and constantly playing like the 12 Grass, you can play down to 3. So I'll see how that goes. 3 Candy's fine. 2 Field Blowers perfectly fine. 1 Revitalizer. I can see how that's useful. especially when you need fish back to Venusaur pieces. So that's a potential cut too right there. You need to have this or Super Rod. So I was thinking about just adding a Super Rod over this. 2 Floatstone's fine, especially when you only have 2 Guzma. If anything, I want more Floatstone, but whatever. And 2 Wish Baton's cool. So I can see Gladion, Mallow, 1 Skyla, the Ivysaur, the Fomantis Lurantis line, and then Octillery be cut, and then I wouldn't touch the energy. So those are some changes I'm considering making. Killing Remoraid with a Fossil, like really put him in a tight spot. Yeah, of course. I'm going off Octillery seems like the best gameplay now, so that's exactly what I have done. I'm cutting off your draw engine. Please feel free to draw into your rare candy madness like crazy. That's another reason why I want the 2/2 line. And look, he has no way to fish it back. He's no Super Rod. Like if I kill Octillery, is that it? Just there goes your draw? Boy, I'll take those. Everyone plays Zoroark now. It's a whole new world. With dazzling trades I never knew, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Either way, I have to get going, guys. Thank you for chilling with me on the stream for 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 22 seconds. Holy crap. But these VODs will come out later on. Some of you guys talk to me in chat. You guys never talk to me on Facebook. Or so that feel free to message me, pick my brain. I'll pick your brain back. All the guys on someone's PC are pretty much the same. They get blown up about all their lists on our website too. But thanks for showing some love. And for asking the questions, so I'm entertained while I have no music going and while I'm watching these boring VODs. So, alright boys, have a happy holidays and good New Year, and I'll see you guys all in Dallas.